Nope, your eyes do not deceive you. This is, in fact, one of the most beautiful sights you've ever seen in your entire life. And I say one of because I have not built my copy of the Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr. So I made a custom squadron of Special Operations Imperial troopers. So just give you a quick rundown. This guy is the leader, kind of like the mastermind behind all the missions. Here's his number 2, kind of like a brainy, techie guy. And then on the other side, you got some guards. And then over here, just some normal, I don't want to say normal on a special operations squad, but just some regular cannon fodder type troopers, if you know what I'm talking about. And then over here, up top, are some heavier troopers, basically the same as these guys, but they got bigger guns. We'll get into that later. And then right here, probably my favorite troopers are custom minifigures I've ever made. Let's get into these guys individually. So here are the number 1 and number 2 in charge. So this guy is a leader. He's got basically the Imperial engineer or gunner body and legs, and then a dark trooper head, and then a Imperial officer from one of the Hoth sets, I think battle packs. This is the helmet from that guy. And then over here, the engineer or gunner helmet, and then dark trooper torso, and then shadow trooper legs. Actually, no, sorry. It's this guy's legs. Anyways, those are those guys. Nothing too crazy. I didn't want to go over the top with especially with the leader. I wanted him to be simple, clean, classy. In my opinion, he looks kind of badass. I was hoping that I could get this piece in dark gray or something like that, but I just didn't have any of those, so settle with that. I think it still looks pretty good. Here are the 2 guards. They're basically dark troopers without their shoulder pads, their little football pads. They are on the heavy juggernauts, but yeah, they basically have this little shield and then a blaster. Nothing too crazy. Again, I didn't want to go crazy on the guards because, I mean, they're just guards. These guys are kind of like the Emperor's Guard, like the all red guys. Again, nothing too crazy. Here are 2 of the regular troopers. I might change the face guard in the future. I'm not sure how I feel about the clear. I just didn't have that much in my inventory. Torso and legs, I mean, just plain black legs, and then the TIE pilot, the old TIE pilot torso, and then just a regular blaster from, I think it's the same blaster from the 501st Specialist Battle Pack, the Heavy Trooper, that blaster. These guys turned out pretty okay. I mean, again, like the other ones, I didn't want to go so crazy because these are just regular troopers. These guys are probably the most boring, but again, they're more cannon fodder than anything else. Now here are some interesting looking troopers right here. These are my heavy troopers. They have the dark trooper legs, and then the Imperial V-Wing pilot torso, and then the OG Imperial TIE Fighter helmet. I really like this helmet. I know it doesn't have any print for the eyes, and it just has the 2 prints here for the Imperial logo, but I think it looks fun, and I like it. So this guy has a big rocket launcher. I'll show these guns up close in a bit here, but this guy has a rocket launcher, and this guy has a sniper rifle. And so let's get a better look at these guns. So here's that rocket launcher. You can kind of see the assembly, side profile top. I don't think it's anything too complex. I like the fact that I was able to find that microphone minifigure accessory clip that on there for like a scope. I think it looks pretty cool. Kind of adds to the tactical vibe I was going for. Overall, I like how this turned out. Here is that sniper rifle. You can see in the bottom I was able to get the little stand so the guy can lay down and shoot. And then the scope on top. I like how that looks. I really like how these two weapons came out. Especially the sniper rifle. I think it looks pretty good. At least with what I had. The weapons, I feel, are a bit oversized, but I think that adds to the charm of the figures. I still think they look really good with these guys. And last and most certainly not least are the Juggernauts. So, going over the minifigure parts, they have the Shadow Trooper legs, and I think they have the Shadow Trooper torso, and then the Dark Trooper football pads. And then the Imperial V-Wing helmet and headpiece. I'm very happy with how these guys turned out and how all the minifigure pieces look together. Turn this guy so you get a side profile. You can see I got these tread pieces to act as ammo going into the big gun. Flip this guy around. The backpack, nothing too crazy. I wanted it to be slick and, tactical, but not over the top. And I think I pulled that off pretty well here. Put him back around. Back around. But these guys look awesome. I really like that I was able to get two of these guys. Since I really liked the one that I made, I was like, I gotta have another one of these. This guy is insane. But yeah, his gun turned out really nice. I'm not sure what this piece is that I used for the base. I'm not sure what this piece is for the base of the gun, but I mean, I was able to find two of them, and I'm sure I have more, but two is more than enough for me. I also only had two Imperial V-Wing pilots. I think the gun design looks really interesting, and it works for me. And that pretty much wraps it up for my Imperial Special Forces squad. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm ExoBrick360 on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Make sure you drop a follow, drop a like, drop a subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Later. Yeah, these guys just look insane.